So first I will go to SMT mapping. So it is service mapping tool. And when we use this SMT mapping, it will be used to map the fields from source to target and a target to source. So it is used to map the fields source to target and target to source. So what is the source and target here? Source is like staging area, and target is active area. So it means like here staging area means MDG tables, MDG related structures. And here it is active area, means like it is a database, actual database table fields. This is also structure actually, actual database table fields of structures, I would say. So it is staging and it is acting. We need to do mapping between vice versa. First, we have to do staging to active and active to staging. Both directions we have to do the mapping. And why we need this mapping? Because here in the staging area, we will create a change request. And once the change request is created, the relevant structures will be generated and updated automatically in the runtime. So we need to replicate the data from staging to active. To replicate the data or to move from staging to active, we will need to have SMT mapping, service mapping tool, so that all the attributes of the structures will be linked from one structure to another structure, like staging structure, source structure to target structure. So, and where we can identify these structures, let me go to MDG IMG.
Question here: as these both are belongs to the same MDG, then what is the requirement of the mapping? It should be same only, right? Staging and the active both will be, the field should be same.
No, active is actual database structures actually. So the staging is MDG related. It is a generated structures. And I'll show you in the system. Staging structures where it will be available. If you go to MDG IMG, here we will have a general settings. Now I'm going inside general settings and data model. If I take a material and I have data model specific structures, these structures we can get from F4. Let me go back. I'll go directly from here. We will have a generate data model specific structures. You can see like it is a generated data model specific structures, right? So when this will be generated after extension, after extending the data model. So if there are any new attribute, new entities introduced, then those structures also, new structures will be generated automatically. Now this data model, we don't have any extended entities. So let me check if there are any structures. So these are the structures you can see. And if I go back and then see here in mapping, you will have a mapping structures. So here, let me take the material entity type, material. This is also material. And you can see the SMT mapping from active area. So this is a standard structure which is available in SAP. This is from active area to staging. This is map to PP. PP means active. So there are two structures, if you can see. Here also, and then one more, there are two. If I take any other entity, this one also we will have two ways, staging to active and active to staging. We will have two structures. Now let me check one by one structures. Okay. So to check these structures, first I will go to S11. Here you don't have. Okay. I will go to SMT. This is a transaction code where you can see a mapping. You can go with create and edit mapping. Just click on this and you will have mapping. Just open this mapping and you can provide the name of the structure. So once it is find out the name, you can see, or let me take the other structure. This is already I've opened it. Let me take this another structure. I will take here another structure. Yeah. And here you can see this is map MM data model from staging to PP active. right? If I go here in details, I can get all these mapping steps, description, and source structures. This is the structure, and this structure, and let me go here in details. So this structure, can you see there are some attributes? So these structures will automatically connect it to the actual database tables. Whenever you see here, and now let me expand. There are material number, language, and the other attribute, text related attribute. If I let me come back, if I take this is a material description. If I take the other structure, maybe plan data, right? If I take plan data and click on details, you will have a structure with all the information. What are the attributes you will be using? Plant, and you will have MMSTA, MMST, STD, all these attributes which are in already used. So it means like we will be adding the structure and attributes between staging to active and active to staging. So let me open the transform. Here we will have a mapping, field mapping. You can see from source to target and target to source. So this is the target structure and this is the source structure. So source structure, you can see this one. You can expand here. I can expand this target structure. You can see which field is mapped to which attributes, and few are not required. Maybe they are skipped, right? So this is maybe if I take, there are many, few are not added. So now if I want to add this DASPO, or let me take if there is any DASPO, it's not available. Or a basic, okay. Batch management is there and TT. So in the target structure, you can see there are a lot of fields, but in the source, you can see there are very limited fields. So it means like from staging, you will have limited fields, and in target, you will have so many attributes. So we just need to take whatever the attribute you required and then simply choose that and assign it. So that's all. It will be automatically saved in the database tables. So this is a bit technical, but yeah, so you will need to understand the concept of this SMT mapping and why we need to do this. So this is also like optional in some scenarios, right? This is optional in some scenarios. It's not always required to do the mapping. Whenever you extend the standard entities, so these are the standard entity related attributes, so these are the standard, right? So if you extend the custom entity types, it doesn't require to do the SMT mapping. It is not required to do the SMT mapping really. Why we no need to do the SMT mapping? Because there is another possible way that we can store the data between this staging table to active tables. There is a access class. If you go to MDG, IMG, again here we will have access class. So this access class, I have selected this material, and if I go to reuse areas, active area, here you can see there are some classes, access classes. So these access classes will help us to map the fields from staging to active. All the staging related, change request related tables or structures will be mapped. So here we will have a standard functionality in this class. If I go to the class, I will have a methods to save, right? To save the data, to get derive data, read value, save. So using these methods, you can say save to database. So using these methods, you can save the data. But if you are extending standard entities, you need to do the SMT mapping. It's not always technical. So you, as a functional consultant also, you need to do SMT mapping once it is extended. Okay, that is all about SMT mapping. Good that Yuvraj and then Prabhu, you have gone through and then given the brief about this SMT mapping. Appreciate that. Okay. Now let's close this topic. Any doubts on this? Okay. Maybe I missed you. Is there any doubt on this SMT mapping? Okay. No, then fine. Let's go with this topic. So we will be discussing the topic, the finance related MDG. Okay. MDG Financials and MDG Finance Solution and Process Framework. Benefits of MDG Central Governance of Finance. As usual, let me take this screenshot. Maybe I'll use this later. Okay. So MDG Central Governance for Finance. It's a SAP standard solution. It's given by SAP. And there is a slight difference between flex and reuse. I think we have discussed this flex and reuse in our earlier classes. Finance as a flex module and material and BP, we have a reuse models. So what is the difference between this flex and reuse? For flex, whenever we store the data, so since it is a sensitive data, so there are more sensitive information, so we will need to back up some of the information instead of clearing the buffers, the staging area buffers. We will need to get that staging area tables, and then we will copy the staging data into actual database tables. So this is happening only in flex, not in reuse, because of the sensitive data. And also we will need to understand this flex mode. Whatever I have shown you in for material, we have access class. If you see for finance, you don't have any access class. For finance, if I take this finance active area is blank, you don't have any access class. So it means like you cannot manipulate the data by using the access class and then save from staging to active. So if I take material, I have these access classes, right? So I can manipulate something from between staging and active. Whenever I'm saving the data, I can modify the data. I can play with the data. But in finance, you don't have access class. In finance, you have to go with the as given by SAP process, that is through replication model. You will need to create the replication model and activate the replication model, and then it will be replicated the data from staging to active. There is no alternative option to store the data between SAP MDG and actual database tables from staging to active data. It should go through this replication process, that is the standard process. And as I said, here we will have some step-by-step process, hierarchies, groups, and actual objects we will create, right? So here you can see some kind of diagrams. Maybe you can go through this later. Okay. And in finance also, we will have a data model and extensibility. If we can extend the data model, if it is a standard data model, or if you want to create any custom data model, you can copy some of the attributes from standard data model, finance OZ, and you can use that and create another flex model or another model, custom model. Okay. And again, the same staging area, deployment, replication will happen. So for everything, we will have a search, maintain, validate, approve, and replication process. This is a standard process in finance and other material and people. And if you observe, there is a edition management. This edition management is not available for PN material. What is this edition management? It is available only in finance. If I go to NWBC or MD, let me go to NWBC. Yeah, so it's not opened. Yeah, now let me check my change request, which I have created. Change request and documents. Here I can see a change request which I have created. Let me take any one, 728. It is related to controlling area, right? If I open this change request, you can see that here this tab validity from validity to, and edition starts from. Similarly, if I take the change request maybe for a material. So this is for material. In material, I don't have that validity, right? In material, I have general data, change management, basic data. But in finance, I have validity. If you take any object, any finance object, you will have this validity. you will have this addition data. So what is this addition? Anyone know? It's a general concept in finance. If anyone know, then you can raise your hand. Otherwise, I'll tell you what is addition. Yeah. So addition is also called as a validity period in finance. So being a functional consultant, you need to create additions for finance object if you are going to work with finance. So there is a date, from date and to date. You have to give from date and to date for this edition. I have taken this edition name as 2019-01, but in the real time, maybe you can create according to your naming standards. But there are multiple editions we can create for multiple objects. So if I choose the edition between like from to next year same date, so the object will be active only in that particular date.
Hey, you know, ZaranTech now offers SAP corporate training. That's right. Train your workforce in SAP with our comprehensive program. We offer customized courses, certified trainers, and hands-on labs for both individuals and businesses. Our standout features: bespoke training, fully configured servers for practice, in-house materials, and a dedicated LMS. Plus, get session recordings and 24/7 support. From functional to technical modules, we have got it all. Choose ZaranTech for SAP training and watch your team excel. Learn, upskill, succeed with ZaranTech.
We will be giving a validity for each and every finance object, whether it's a cost center, profit center, cost element, groups, hierarchies. For everything, there is a certain validity period. So once the validity is completed, it will not be used anymore. It means like we cannot use the same object and again. So there will be some certain validity period, time period. So to create any object, we will need a validity. We will need addition. So validity means like we have to create an addition. And where we can create an addition, if you go to MDG, IMG, only for finance object, you can see addition. Now, let me go to material first. So this is a material. Can you see here, I have only change request, data exchange, and I have material processing, multi-processing, change request and documents, reporting, data replication. I don't have addition. Now, if I go to finance, this is the finance controlling. So here, can you see here, create addition. So it means before creating all these finance objects, first you need to create addition. Now let me create addition. It is a simple process. You can take any existing addition or you can give ET1 underscore OCT23 like this. Description, test addition type for all entities, valid from date. So I'll be giving valid from date, selected in each change request. So as I was saying, the finance concept is different than reuse. Flex is different than reuse. We will have other options. So based on this addition, like we will create a change request, and change request also, once it is approved, also we can have a control to hold that. We will have a control to hold the data. If you select and manually start after a release of edition, means even though the change request is completed, it cannot be directly hit the database until and unless you manually push. See here it is replication timing. You can take this replication timing as manually, or you can take the replication on final approval. So generally for reuse, you will have a final approval. Once the final approval is done, data will be replicated immediately. But in finance, you have a control to hold that. So another one is selected in each change request. So there are different ways. Now I'll be taking this as a final approval. Okay. And let me save this. So another edition, it's 2020 already in use. So it is just a process. We can use the multiple editions, but generally there are multiple editions, and in real time, we can use that based on the requirement. Few GLs will have validity for 1 year. Few GL accounts will have validity for 2 years. Maybe it will be valid from the last year. Few GL accounts will be valid from previous 2 years, right? So like that we can have a multiple validities. So here I just created EDI1 COT instead of OCT. Anything is fine. Okay. So let me go to the finance controlling governance tab again. Now if I create a cost center, now I'll get the edition. See, I have these editions. It is showing the 3 editions. You have a change request type and edition. But if you go to other reuse areas like reuse modules, material, BP, do we have edition? You don't have edition. So it is a material. If I click create material, do I have edition? I have a change request type. That's all. I don't have edition concept, right? Edition is a validity. That is edition concept. It is a validity period for each finance object. Okay. For example, cost center, profit center, CL account will have a period of validity, right? Any questions on this edition concept? If not, then we'll go to the next topic. Okay. And here also you will have a create, change, mark for deletion, replication block wherever it is required. You will be creating a GL account. You will be creating a cost center, profit center, internal order, etc. And the roles also you will have a approval process, a requester, data steward, data specialist, and approver, etc. So it is common everywhere. And the change request is also common, but the validity is there. So based on the edition, the validity and hierarchy process is different between reuse and flex. Here we will have a request, approve, data enrichment, finally approved, and replication. This is also common between reuse and flex. And edition, as I said, edition are used to control the validity of changes. In the edition, planned change request for creation of new data or for a change request to existing data are collected and released collectively. It means like in other reuse area, you will have a duplicate check. Whenever you create something duplicate, system will give you that it is a duplicate supplier. So you cannot create the same supplier with the same number. But in finance, you can create the same number with different editions because the validity is different. Let's say the cost center 1000 is created with duplicates. From one edition, it is active for the last year, from January 2022, end of the 22. But the another cost center, it is valid from January 2023, and it's like end of this 2023. So there will be a difference between reuse and unflex with this addition or validity. Okay. And the request and enrichment, it is all common. And also you will have a copy functionality to copy multiple objects, whether if we take a company codes or a ZL account, simply you can copy from the F4 and then click on copy button, it will automatically come, right? So whenever you choose the data from F4, it will be available. And one-step creation of a primary cost element. Okay, this is fine. This is general functionality. And also we will have hierarchy assignment in single object processing. We were discussing hierarchy assignment. We can create a finance object with hierarchy or without hierarchy. And there are hierarchy and hierarchy groups. If you see here in this diagram, you will have a hierarchy, multiple hierarchies, right? Hierarchy, standard hierarchy. Under standard hierarchy, we will have groups. There are different groups, and each group we will have an object, whether it is a cost center or you will have a profit center or something, right? So, and you will have a node. So it means like you will be giving the order, you will be giving the hierarchy when you are creating a finance object, so that it will be directly go and sit under that hierarchy. It is an optional. It is not mandatory. You will have two change request types with hierarchy or without hierarchy. It will be applicable for all this cost center, profit center, cost element group, profit center group, cost element groups, and GL account and FSV. Okay. You will have a hierarchy process, you will have file upload, and you will have mask change. So hierarchy process, we have seen that how hierarchy will be displayed and how you can add the objects under hierarchy, under the groups, right? This is a hierarchy process. And the file upload and download. And this is also important thing. If you got a chance to work with finance module, you will need to do a lot of file uploads. I'll show you in the system how file uploads will be executed. Okay, and in the mask change we have seen, this is also similar concept, a mask change. So how file upload will do, and the same functionality will be applicable for mask change also. Yeah, hierarchy interlocking. So hierarchy interlocking means here you can see some nodes are they're orange color and some are in red, some are in green. So it means like you can have a multiple change request, multiple changes. If I'm going to change the C1, this is a cost center. Let's say this is a cost center. If I modify anything related to this cost center, I should get the changes only for this. So here I'll have a clock symbol. The pending change request should be available only for this cost center. It should not be displayed for other connected hierarchy. If you go to the hierarchy, it will be displayed clearly, not in this diagram. Maybe I'll show you that in the next slides. Side panel business context viewer. So this is a side panel. Side panel functionality is different than finance. This is side panel is a generic concept. It is available in MDG. Whenever you need some help when you are creating a change request, you will get data from other system within the system based on the side panel functionality. Let me go to finance object again. I'll take cost center, right? Click on search, you will get cost centers. Let me take any one. Here it is not available. It means like there is no option. Let me try creating new. Let's see if it is available. No, I don't have. Generally, we will get that side panel. Once the basis is enabled, we will get the side panel functionality here. You will get a button side panel here somewhere next to this, prior to this. And you will have a side panel. When you click on side panel, what will happen now? I'm creating a cost center. I don't know what details I have to provide. Every time I have to go on and check other data, other systems. I have to log in the other system in the GUI, and I need to search what is the company code, what is business area, and I need to search in the table and create the cost center. So instead of that, if you have a side panel button here, once you just click on side panel and provide the information, whatever you are requiring here, so it will help you to display the information. It will give you the information instead of going and then checking the system manually. It will be available within the change request only, so that you can identify easily and fill the data. So that is called a side panel functionality. Right here you can see in the slide, maybe I am unable to show you in the system. Here you can see the first change request, right? This is a side panel. Whenever you click on this button, it will give the additional information. So based on this additional information, you can create an original change request, the parent change request, and submit it for further. And highlighting of change request. Whenever there is a change or modification, you have seen that it is a highlighting. This is a custom setting. You need to do that from MDG just to highlight the records which are changed, deleted, or modified. And hierarchy processing, as I was saying, hierarchy processing. If you go with hierarchy processing, it will be shown in the system like this. You will have up and down arrows moving right, left, right for all the objects. So this is a relation between one object to another object. You can move up and down. You can do cut and paste. You can have a copy. You can have a paste, remove, delete. So everything for each and every change. For each and every change, we will need a change request. So this process is also considered in the change request. If I modify something, say this is in order. If I delete this 14 and 15, then I'll require a change request. Without a change request, we cannot do anything. So these are the options through hierarchy processing. We can delete, we can edit, we can cut, we can paste, and then you can play with the hierarchy. And again, this is also, the pending change request, what we are talking about, the pending change request. You can see the pending change request. If there is a open change request for one of the node, one of the record, you will be able to see the pending change request option is available here. For others, you don't see the pending change request. See, if it is available or changed in the change request, then only you can see the pending flow. For all other objects, you will not see the pending change request in the hierarchy process, right? So this is something related to the business partner and the customer. We will have integration or some connection between finance and supplier. Whenever you create a supplier vendor, you will need to require to maintain some finance data also, like company codes and other information where you have to maintain the cost center and other data. So that will be available in the supplier information. You will have a separate views for that, separate UIBBs where you need to maintain, and in SAP ERP. So this will be the UIBB place where you can maintain SAP ERP or finance related data. And this is the standard data model, how it will be for finance and controlling. Here in our system, we will have separate tabs actually, but in real time, you will have, here we will have different roles, but in real time, you will have everything together in the same page. You can create all the finance objects. Okay. And the deployment, as I said, a deployment is nothing but the replication. Replication is in finance. Without replication model, you cannot replicate the data. There is no access class here. You cannot manipulate the data to replicate from staging to active. You will need to use a replication model, and it will be replicated from staging to active, and then it will be connected to other connected systems, whether it is a SAP system, non-SAP system, SAP to SAP. It is so through IDOC, SAP to non-SAP. It will be through web services or some other functionality. Okay. So this is the replication. So automatic or manual replications, as I shown you in this in the edition creation, you will have automatic or manual replication. A non-SAP system, peer-to-peer medication replication techniques. So you will have a DRF controlling replication. Sorry, this is something different. Manual replication. I'll show you in the system. And EALV for SAP and non-SAP, SOA manager and FC. Okay, you will have, there are total 5 replication methods you will have in the system, MDG system. One is IDOC, web service, file, and RFC and cloud. Okay, so most of the time we will use these two. We will use IDOC and web services. Here you can see IDOC and web services. So for the we will discuss more when we were discussing about the replication model. But for now, you can understand that we will have a SOA replication and IDOC replication. IDOC will be mostly work with the message types. You will have a IDOC setup between the system. IDOC type will be there. It will be replicated data based on the message types and IDOC types. In SOA manager, you will have a similar concept where you will have a proxy setup between consumer and provider proxy. You will need to have a connection between proxies. Then the source and target will be aligned and data will be moved. Okay.
What is the role of the functional consultant here between when you're using SOA or IDOC?
You will need to provide them the information, the functional side. Generally, it is a technical topic to do the SOA configuration.
Okay.
Yeah. So what a proxy you will need to use? Mm-hmm. What is a consumer? What is the provider proxy? So if you provide that information in the FS document, then that will be good enough to do this SOA manager setup. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. And some WebDyn Pro related and the Fury related. We will not be going in deep for Fury and then WebDyn Pro. This is technical information, but I'll tell you that if we take Fiori or FPM, we will have different UIBBs, right? So UIBB means user interface building blocks. We will have list UIBB. We will have form UIBB. We will have some other UIBBs also, but most of the time we will have a list and form. So how we can identify whether it is a list or form? So if you go to the change request, so now this is right. So this what general data. It looks like a page, right? It is a form. It's not in the list. It's a header data. But if you see this hierarchy, this looks like a item information. You can add multiple items here. So it means it is a list. This is form and it is list. So how I can identify if I go to right click, technical help, you will have application configuration and you will have component configuration. Here also you can have window is form window. And if I go inside, I will have this schema, UIBB schema, and here I have a preview. So this is a form. If I close this, let me reload it again. I'll go from here. Center hierarchy, application configuration, overview page. Yeah. So here you will get a preview. So can you see here? FPM form UIBB, FPM list UIBB. So wherever I see, it is a form, right? So now if I click on preview.
What is UIBB? Means what is the function?
It's a user interface building block. Technically, we will say it as user interface.
What sets ZaranTech apart in SAP corporate training? It's our unique blend of expertise and innovation. We offer customized courses tailored to each client's needs, ensuring relevant, targeted learning. Our vast trainer database brings you wisdom from the best in the field. Need resources? Access our extensive training material repository anytime. We are all about measurable results, providing detailed student metrics to track progress. And we don't just teach, we build community. Join our thriving social media network, connecting learners beyond boundaries. With ZaranTech, you are not just training, you are transforming your SAP expertise.
So what we are able to see from end user or a functional consultant, we will see this as a change request. But technically, it is a UIBB. General data, it's a UIBB. Validity, it's a UIBB. The cost center, group hierarchy details, we will call it as UIBB. For each UIBB, entity is assigned. Okay. So we will have a list and form. So list is wherever you see the multiple items, that is nothing but a list. Wherever you see the general form, where you have a plain data, you don't have any lines and multiple items. So that is a form UIBB. In general data, mostly it is header data is form, an item or child data where you fill, that is list. Okay, you will have a list and form. Most of the time you will get this list and form only. And then if I go further, what is available in this to cover? Yeah, this is a Fiori app. This is common, whatever. It's a finance or material. From the Fiori app, we can create a same functionality how you create from NWBC. I'm just going ahead because there are multiple pages, I think. The important thing here you need to know. Yeah, so this is all common. Yeah. Now let me go to the Excel and we will have a file upload and file download in finance. So most of the time we will need to work on this file upload functionality. File upload for which objects? File upload for cost center, hierarchy, cost center, groups, and cost center. Maybe if I take this example, you will have so many cost centers and you will need to arrange them in the group. There are subgroups and main groups, and all those groups will be assigned to hierarchy. Again, there is a standard hierarchy. Under the standard hierarchy, you will have your own hierarchy, right? So you will need to do the file upload process. You cannot go on and arrange each and every object manually. To do this file upload, you will need to get those information from file download, and then we can use that file, modify that file, and use for file upload. I'll show you that in the system. Let me close this. I'm going to finance controlling governance again. Here we will have a file upload and file download. So now I'm going to file download, and here you can change the model. If you click on this change model, you will have an option to take your data model. So it is a finance. So in real time, you don't get this finance directly. You will need to take this and save and apply. So then only you will get that entity types and attributes here. So now I will be taking the cost center hierarchy, right? As we have created one cost center hierarchy. Now I want to create another cost center hierarchy, and I want to create a cost center group. How I need to create? So first I am going here and downloading the file for hierarchies. Let me take the edition, today's one. We don't have any variant saved. Simply go ahead, and here you will have a controlling area. Let me take this controlling area 1000 and continue. Here you will get available attributes. What are the available attributes for cost center hierarchy? You will have created by change indicator, change done, etc. But we don't need everything. We don't need to monitor all these things. We just need to monitor and uncheck in the change request like controlling area, center hierarchy, and maybe these two descriptions. Okay, or one description is also fine. Let me take these two. And here in right hand side, you need to select the data row, not header. Just maybe in some scenarios you need to select header also, because whenever you have hierarchy inside the hierarchy, so in that case you need to add a controlling area again to header, and down you will need to add the remaining attributes. So now I will be adding to the data row. Just click on add. So all these selected attributes will come over here, and click next. And here download settings, you need to do some file format. So instead of the semicolon, I'll be taking a separator as tabular separator, and click on next. You will have execute download. So this is done. So file is ready for download. You can download this display, save it in CSV file. Now I click on save. File download to it is opened. So it is downloaded like this. See now what I need here, I need a controlling area, and other data is missing here for 8000. But if I show you that for this controlling area 8000, you will have like this. Let me download it again. 8000 cost center hierarchy. I will go to cost center group. Okay, cost center group, and in cost center group I will take 8000. What I need here, controlling area, cost center hierarchy, description is already there, cost center group. So let's see how it will be downloaded. Hierarchy of transfer strategies unknown. Okay, this is clear. And click on next and execute. File is ready. It is downloaded like this, but this is also not properly downloaded. Anyhow, we can create a download like this. Controlling area, I have, see, this is a center group. Okay, so I'll be adding few more entries here. Center group 3. So once it is downloaded like this, you just need to remove the unwanted data. It is not required. You can remove and you can add. This is also you can remove, but in this place, you just need to add controlling area and what is the information. So here I'll be adding for cost center groups. I'm uploading this groups again. Here it is 2, 3, 4, and 5, 4, and then 5 I'll be adding. This is my file download 1. So now we'll go back from here. I'll go back here. And what I will do file. Where am I? Okay, controlling only. I'll do file upload, cost center groups. You'll have cost center group, type of transfer is attribute. You can take addition, and there is no variant created. It's okay. And now you will need to add the same way how you have downloaded the file. So these 3 attributes are required. Just add it here and you can save this next, and you will have save variant, save cost center group. Okay, save variant and click on no. So here we need to change this to separator as tabular, semicolon, whatever we want. Now upload the file. I'll need to upload file and download 1 and click on transfer. So again, here you will have option overwrite and add records, delete and add records. Since it is a finance object, you will have option to create duplicate records with different editions. So sometimes you will need to overwrite the records. Sometimes you will need to add only attributes, override or add attributes, override or add records, delete all and add records. It means like if you're uploading the same file, if it is already existed, if you choose this delete all and add records, it will delete the existing records and add new records. So now I'll be taking override add records. It means like if it is a new record, then it will be add. If there is any change, it will override, right? So this option is suitable for us. And I have taken the file also, separator also I have given. Now click on next button. So there is error message. If there is error message, it will declare us like this cost center group is already assigned to the change request 794 with addition. So my change request is 794. It's already assigned. So let me delete the change request for now. So to delete the change request, you will have program USMD say request, USMD delete say request. This is a program to delete say request. What is the change request? 749. I'll give 749 and click on execute, delete it. It's deleted. Now let me go back one step and now let me try again. See, now I'm not getting any error. If there is any error, you will get that error in the presentation layer saying that the change request is already logged or whatever. The data which you are passing is wrong. All the validations will be happened and then it will allow you to create the change request. So what type of change request you will need to create? Create the change request type. If I click on this drop down here, you will have multiple options. I can choose any option, but generally we will go with all entries because in finance we have sometimes we need to create single change request for hierarchies, groups, and cost centers or other records. In one change request, you can store anything. So if I take this all entries, I will have all other entries, not only for the. If I take the cost center hierarchy, I can see only cost center hierarchy related data, related option is available. If I take all entries, I can have everything. I'll show you in this next once the change request is created. Text cost center group create and new underscore demo. Test is there already, okay. And priority is also available in finance. You can take priority, due date. And replication timing. Replication timing, can you see? Based on the addition, it will come automatically. Final approval of change request. As soon as the final approval is done, it will be replicated automatically. Then click on OK. Now you can see the data what you are going to execute, controlling area and cost center group description, and click on execute, upload. Once it is done, you can see the change request is created. 751. Change request number is 751. If you want, you can go with another file upload. Now I want to check my change request. So where can I check the change request? Here in left hand side, you will have a change request. In change request, you will have a change request on documents. Then my change request. Under my change request, see, this is my change request 751. Down you will have objects. What are the objects have assigned under this change request? You will see. And if I click on this 751, it will display like this. Can you see there is a difference between single change request and for this? This is not a single change request, right? This is a file upload and multi-processing change request. We have taken all entities. You will see GL accounts, 0 entries. You will see cost center, 0 accounts, 0 entries. You will see cost center group, I have added 4 records. Cost elements, I don't have any. So now I can use this same change request 751 for cost centers, for cost center hierarchies also. I can use the same functionality. Instead of approving this, I can keep it as it is, 751, and I can use it for other purpose. Now let me create another file upload or something here. I will take the file upload again. Before going there, we have center groups and also we have hierarchies, right? So this is hierarchy controlling area. Controlling area A000. Let me create controlling area again. This 1000 is there. I'll create controlling area. It will be like this controlling area, and there is no description. Better I'll download it again. Center, cost center group. We have cost center. If I take cost center, I'll have so many attributes. So it will take some time. Let me check how many attributes are there. See, these many attributes I have to change. So instead of this, I'll go with hierarchy, cost center hierarchy. Okay. And what I need for A000 hierarchy. Okay, only hierarchy is there. Cost center hierarchy description is also there. But if I go for download and upload cost center upload, I will take upload cost center hierarchy edition, and here I'll have controlling area, cost center hierarchy, and description, but I'll try with this. So here I'll be adding controlling area, center hierarchy, and description. Let me take the downloads, controlling area A000, center hierarchy. I will take cost center hierarchy 2, and here I'll put the description as center hierarchy 2, and I'll repeat the same for center hierarchy 3. I'll repeat the same for 4. Let me save this and let me try this. This is a file download. Click on next. So this is file from the presentation layer. We will have file download, transfer. This is tabular. Separator I have chosen as a tabular. I think it should work. Controlling area. Character CO area. The value is too long. Why it is too long? This is a controlling area. And if I take a space, so here also I'll take a space. 34. So it means we need to download properly, otherwise it will give this kind of errors. Let me download the file and modify it. Center hierarchy edition A000. So what I need controlling area, cost center hierarchy, and the descriptions. Let me take 2. This is one is not required. So here I will be taking tabular. Next. So it will execute for A000 and it is 4. So we have this controlling area equal to A000. Nothing came. Let me try with the other one. Controlling area. Maybe I'll take 1000. Let's see. Okay. So in this format, we have to add, but there is no space for description. This is controlling area and is equal to 1000. So here I can give 1000 and the description. This format is really confusion actually. No, I think it will not work. Let's try with this comma separator maybe. 1000 semicolon. I'll take comma or semicolon. Okay. Download. This looks strange. Let me update here with this semicolon and see. There should not be any space actually, otherwise system will throw the errors. This is download 1. Okay. Now let's try with this file. Last time file upload for costs and groups, and if you have variant, you can select the variant. It will come automatically. And the separator, it's semicolon, and take the file and click on transfer. The status of change request does not allow for object changes. Oh, sorry, groups, it's already there. Trying again with the groups. We have to try with hierarchy. Hierarchy controlling area A000, comma, and hierarchy name, cost center hierarchy 2, and maybe I'll give a center hierarchy 2. Let's try this. This is for hierarchy. Okay. Cost center group hierarchy. What we will have in the file, controlling area, cost center hierarchy, and the description. Okay. Download one. Yeah. Now you can see you will have option to take the change request, existing change request. 751, which is already created. The 751, it is having the cost center groups 4. Now I'm adding hierarchy to the same change request. You can have transfer and execute it. It is done. It's added. Now let me close this and open my change request again. 751. Here you will have cost center groups and hierarchies. So like this, you can add everything. You can add everything in one change request and approve that. So that is an advantage in the finance. You can upload cost centers, cost elements, groups, everything together, and you can upload it at once. Otherwise, you can create another change request also. So this is done. Now, if I want to check the workflow log, I can see the workflow log. Unfortunately, we haven't created anything. It is not available. Otherwise, we can approve this, and then we are able to see this, the cost center group, and hierarchy. Now hierarchy and groups are done. So we have to upload the cost centers also. So cost center, maybe you can try, because there are multiple entries are required. Mandatory attributes are there for cost center. We just need to check what are the mandatory attributes are required to create the cost center, and take only those particular attributes and prepare a file with semicolon separator, and then upload into this same change request 751. Once it is approved, you can see everything. Hierarchy will be created, groups will be created, and cost centers will be created. And then again, we can do the arrangement, like from which hierarchy the cost center group will be added, under which cost center group we will need to add a cost center. So like that, we can align, or we can arrange the order. I hope you have system access. Maybe you can try creating cost centers, 1 or 2. You just need to download a cost center, and I'll show you first how you can do. Let's go to finance object. It is a cost center, right? Create new, take any cost center, and you can see here controlling area, cost center category, company code, currency. So these are mandatory, right? So whatever the mandatory details are required, you can take from the download and fill that information and upload. That's all. I will take controlling area 1000, cost center, I can give any name, and department I'm not using. Category, I'll take this category. Company code, okay, nothing is there. This is mandatory, but nothing is displayed. Maybe for now we can skip. We will take any other one. It's not created. Okay, and person responsibilities, company code, I'll give something like this, anything maybe. And the currency, profit center, maybe you can give some data like this. So this information is enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attributes. We just need to select the 7 attributes and download from file download. I'll go to file download, take cost center, attributes, addition, you can take anyone, controlling area, A000, click on next. You can choose the attributes from here. This is the attributes I'm saying. You will have controlling area. Just select the controlling area where it is. Click on this data row, and controlling area will come here. And next you need cost center. You need a cost center, it's automatically selected, and add it. Cost center category. It is also there. Add it. Country or region, it's not required. Company code, add it. So you can prepare the list and save a variant, and then you can use that. So maybe you can download some data and upload into the system. Hope you can do that. I hope you will miss access and try to create a change request through file upload. It is important for a functional consultant. Okay.